Wow, looks like we've got a full house.
Shirosaki-sensei asked me to come by. She said they needed some business handled while you were out of town.
I find it hard to believe she'd put it.
Maybe not.
Yagami-san, you're just in time. I think
Okay, but
if we want to claim he's innocent, then we need to prove he's the one who murdered me. But since the murder footage isn't admissible,
Basically, we need new evidence.
so your plan is to meet with Ahara?
I know it's a long shot.
I'd like to come help, but
Excuse me? If I have to be Hoshino-kun's
I'd prefer if you address me as
mouth on
Hoshino.
this kid.
Ehara only seems to open up to you, Yagami. So if you talk to him again,
I'll see what I can get out of him.
sounds good.
Sure, but Mafuyu, should you even be here?
What do you? I am just here to get dirt on the defense.
Yes,
I still have some preparations to make. Yagami, I'll call you as soon as I'm ready.
sure thing.
I'm going to try and get in touch with Ahara's wife. Even though they're separated. Oh, and
What a waste.
Sorry for keeping you, Yagami-san.
And Kamrocho, how about I take a cab and pick you up?
Please.
Isn't that just the worst? So the murder footage can't be used as evidence. I was hoping it'd be played in court for all to see.
Yeah, and if it was, it would prove your innocence and overturn your battery conviction, no problem. But the prosecution flat out refuses to accept you murdered Mikoshiba. There's no room for error. You could flat out confess and they would refuse to accept it.
Excellent. In the end, they'll lock me up for battery, and I'll get away with murder.
Yeah. We know all about what you and Kwana planned. We just don't have the evidence to prove it.
My condolences.
Which reminds me, you said you'd confess to killing Mikoshiba after you got out of prison, right? Then, as icing on the cake, you'd admit the
Exactly. The public must know that the law can't be trusted. Personally, I hope the media hops off.
I bet you did. So when that time comes, you'll need some decisive evidence of the murder. Maybe you've got something like that in your back pocket. Because we'd sure look good if we had some new evidence to take.
That's why I told you I wouldn't admit to the murder in court.
Handing it. So you're saying there is still a piece of evidence we don't...
What is it, Ar?
Even if there was, you'll never get your hands on it.
You left a calling card on Mikoshiba's...
You seem to have this refined portrait of me in your head.
Not necessarily that. A fingerprint, a hair. If your DNA can be extracted from something...
I don't really see how that's possible. It's your imagination, really.
Yeah. Maybe it's a piece of Mikoshiba's...
Well, was he missing?
No,
Maybe it wasn't a missing body part.
Even if it was, that would hard hair could have come from...
I suppose...
The murder weapon. Kanagawa PD said the weapon used to kill Mikoshiba.
Yet it appears in the footage without a knife. If it wasn't found at the murder scene, it's highly likely the suspect or an accomplice took it with...
Any normal criminal would have just ditched it somewhere. Except you're anything but normal. You got revenge for your son, and you want to publicly humiliate the law for letting you pull...
Your point.
If you were cleared of the battery charges and confessed to Mikoshiba's, you'd need something convincing. But that one piece of evidence would flip the whole case on...
Look at you go.
Well, right after killing Mikoshiba and Ijinshi, you had accomplices with...
And if that's the case, there would have been plenty of time to hide...
Yeah. Oh.
That's it.
Kawana's vanished, Ahara-san. Public security found out about it.
Public security.
Kawana wanted me to tell you he won't make it to the end of your...
So, I'm the last man standing, am I? I never expected to see him again anyway.
At this point, he won't be able to outrun them. If public security catches him, burying him will be the least they do.
What do you mean? What's going on?
You remember last time? If you don't recall, I said you'd grab the tiger by the tail.
And your tiger is public security?
Right. And they're out there on the warpath. Everything has to be brought into the light. We need what you did to be exposed. Kawana can't be saved in any other way. I need your help, Ahara-san.
Then you lose. I'll never admit to killing Hiro Mikoshiba in court. The system can die. It threw Toshiro away, and I won't lift a finger to save it. Kawana-san knew how this could end. We have our convictions. When this started, we knew it could end up costing our lives.
You knew going in, huh? And that's all? Is that what you tell yourself so you can sleep at night?
Maybe it is.
Yagami-san. Do you remember my original request to look into both the Hara incidents? I asked you to look into the train event, and then I asked you to look into Hiro Mikoshiba's murder. And now, I'm afraid I have to make one more request of you. Do you still carry your defense attorney's lapel pin? At Ahara-san's trial, I'd like you to take the floor with me to defend him. It's going to be eventful. I think we should go as a team.
You sure about that? You know, my legal counsel isn't cheap.
I'll let Genda-sensei know about the invoice.
You got it. Count me in. You never know when something like this will happen. Check it out. I always have it on me.
I know that.
Huh? You do? Hello?
Doc, where you at right
Just
now?
got back to Yokohama, actually. You weren't
You just noticed? Everywhere you...
Where are you?
Over at the Leomong's place.
Oh, right. They
Make your
mentioned
way
there-
over, will you? I need a full...
Oh, look at you taking charge. Anything else, boss?
Yeah, don't track it.
Looks like the gang's all here.
Everyone but the star of the show.
That is next level ass kissing, Hoshino-kun.
A good ass kisser is a good communicator. Welcome back, Yagami-san.
Grab a seat, Doc. Nice. So you're really gonna stand in court?
Just to give Sari-san some support.
Does that mean I don't need to be present for Ahara-san's...
Huh? How would I know?
Yagami's there, I don't see why you... You're on thin ice, Hoshino-kun.
I have been plenty useful.
Should a lawyer really have to say that?
Ah,
Man, the gangster just put the lawyer on no.
Well, so where's Kuwana?
Yeah, about that.
RK's out there looking for him too.
On the flip side, that means they still haven't found him.
Well, yes. You think Kuwana-san's still in?
Alive? Yes. When I saw him, he was already making... The real problem is what happened. Now that he knows Reiko Kusamoto betrayed him, we don't...
I'd never let that slide. Maybe Kuwana's thinking the same thing, you know? Maybe he's really gonna stick it to Rick.
Yeah, I could definitely see... Oshinoku, Higashi.
yeah.
Turns out Ahara and his old lady, after her son took his life 4 years back, she refused to keep living under... The only reason she hasn't divorced him is because it's too much of...
She's been living in that same apartment. She let us light some incense on his altar. But
Did Ahara's battery...
she said she
She
did.
didn't care her husband was out there groping women and killing...
According to her,
Really?
well, there's no easy way to put it.
Made for a pretty depressing...
What's the word on RK coming?
Everywhere you look, they're strutting around like they own the place. They stare us down, but never get to...
Plus, they're acting like they're here to stay.
Harassing how?
You know, shit like pretending to be normal customers. Then another guy'll come in and be like, need...
That's some Yakuza shit.
Old shit, too. Yeah.
And Soma?
Nah, there's nothing on him. And Soma isn't exactly a social
Especially if he has public securities.
That about wrap it?
Seems so. Same.
Tsukumo-san and Sugi...
Yeah.
Black belt in karate, and you never even used...
Well, I'm just more of a behind... Anyway, I'm heading back to Kamurocho.
What about you, Tuck?
No skin off my back, really.
So, what'll it be?
If I can really stay the night.
Hey, Yagami-san. Really? Good, 'cause he's upstairs. Tsukumo-kun, Yagami-san's here.
Something up?
Yes, it's about the pendant Kuwana-san gave you. Turns out, it was just a decoy after all.
Decoy? For what?
For what was inside. This. The cracks in the pendant were hiding an SD card, and on it was some video data.
Video data? Of what exactly?
It's the footage of Ihara murdering Hiro Mikoshiba, just like we saw before. No additional scenes.
That doesn't make sense. Why would Kuwana put his life on the line just to give me that? I mean, RK came after him and everything. And all for a video that's already all over the internet?
Yes, except the video on that card is the original. All the others were copies of this source. In layman's terms, this is the master tape. Or in film, it'd be the negative. With no additions or modifications of any kind.
What do you mean? And how do you know for sure?
So this SD card here, you can't usually buy it in stores. It's called a worm, or write once. If you were to take a picture with a digital camera, the image is saved on this SD. It's what forensics teams use when photograph, which means what we have here is...
That means...
Yeah, I'd say you have room to negotiate with at the very least.
Hey, think this'll be an...
Well, I can't... The video on here is the sole original. That's why he'd only leave it in the hands of someone he trusted.
Kawana asked me to give this to Ahara.
Sure, but he had to. Maybe it's Kawana-san's way of, and after all, with public security and seeing how he's on the run, which I think is why he left it all up to you.
And it's settled. It's about time I expose Ahara. That's the first step to luring public security.
And I believe the SD card will make.
So hey, looks like almost getting blown up was worth it. Hey, I'm sorry to bug you.
Matsun? What are you doing here?
I was talking to the MRC guys earlier.
Everything okay?
Well, Akane started hanging out with some, so I figured talk to Yagami-san.
Sounds like a tricky situation.
Akane's that girl you hung out with. So, want to tell me more?
They're these thugs from Tokyo. RK, they're called. They've been flirting with her.
Okay. What else?
They got her so comfortable she blurted out some stuff about you.
Well, but rolling with RK is bad news. She needs...
I knew it.
What's really...
They asked Akane which student...
What?
So she...
She did what?
Yeah. Even Akane knew she messed up. Yagami-san, you've been mixed up with RK...
Can you try to get in touch with her?
Actually...
What about Akane?
Oh.
Hello,
Akane, where are you right now?
The last place Mikoshiba sent us. I'm with RK. We're at the
Why?
Masun, are you with Yagami?
It's Yagami. Is Koda-san there?
Yagami-san! It's me!
This Yagami?
Who is this?
Not important. Better.
Hey!
Don't! What the
Come
hell
down
do you
and
want?
Find out. Oh, I'm sure this goes.
Do you guys even understand what you're doing?
Better hurt.
Matsun, you stay here.
I'll contact Kaito-san and Higashi-san for help.
Perfect.
Let's go, Yagami-san.
What's up?
Yagami-shi, this is Tsukumo. Koda-san and Akane-san are with some
Where's
men.
Kaito-san
I
and
contacted
Higashi?
them.
Good.
They're on their...
Hey! He's here! It's Yagami!
Talk. This where those RK guys are holed up? He's Soma with them?
Nobody's had eyes on him yet. Just a sec. Tsukumo?
I've confirmed the enemy position, Yagami-shi. They have our 2 young hostages surrounded, so a head-on assault would be too dangerous. Naturally, I've already come up with some countermeasures we can run. Would you care to hear my plan?
You always come through, man. Okay then. Walk us through it.
Wow. Look who decided to show up. Too scared to come with all your little bodyguard buddies?
Not like you've got room to talk. How many shitheads does it take to watch these girls?
I never thought it would end up like this. You believe me, don't you?
Yeah. But we'll have to save the lecture for after all this is over. You'll be free soon. That goes for you too, Koda-san.
You so sure about that?
You kidnapped them to get to me? Well, here I am, so let's go.
We did lure you here, so we can beat your sorry ass to death.
Okay, then. So what was your plan? Throw all these guys at us as soon as we kick down the door?
We're smarter than that, you know.
Yeah. We knew you'd have some backup!
Here comes! Let's take out the trash! Yagami! Hands where I can see them! And same for you two!
Hey, calm down. I've got one more thing. I'm not a big fan of guns.
Huh? Shit! Up there!
Face the wrath of Ijincho Yokohama 99! The wicked shall be smited and retribution shall be swift!
Come on. Did you really think one gun was enough to take out a crew like us? If you did, you were wrong.
You two sit tight a little longer. But just to warn you, I'm gonna go harder on these guys. You wanna see some asses kicked? Don't blink, okay?
Let's get going. I want him down before the smoke clears.
Yeah. Come on!
Step away from the window! We are ready to go! I shall assist you! I shall assist you!
Thanks. You saved us. I'm so sorry.
No. I'm the one who... It's not your fault. It's RK's. Besides, I'm...
Coda. It's alright. Well...
Soma?
What?
Connie!
Who?
Get back!
You're all by yourself?
Oh, I'm just here to talk.
How so?
Well, he's got Kawai's body. Reiko Kusamoto's victim. Been on ice for what?
Yeah.
Problem is, he's planning to if that happens, no doubt her fingerprints and other traits.
Yeah, but that's for the better.
Reiko Kusamoto is a capable woman who can It would be unfortunate to lose her. She's on our side now.
So it's your duty to protect...
I protect order.
Necessary.
That's right. If I hadn't gone undercover, if that happened, we never would have. That's why I created the RK net. Much safer and less... But in the shadow of order.
Right.
But if there's one difference between the two of us, it's that I find my work enjoyable. It gives me purpose. When I dirty my hands, it's in the service of order. It goes back to a necessary evil to maintain peace in this country. In my eyes, peace does require violence. It only works when killers are below the surface, keeping it afloat.
Sawa-sensei too? Is that the peace you want?
Yoko Sawa? She did have to die. She almost connected the Mikoshiba case to Koano. She was getting very close to it. She may even have figured out Reiko Kusamoto was involved. The fewer people who know a secret, the better kept the secret stays. I don't remember even hesitating on that call. And I think that means... well, you guys won't like hearing this, but it was justified.
You asshole!
Whoa, whoa. Don't fly off the handle now. I haven't finished what I had to say.
What the fuck?
Did I mention how much of a pain in the ass Kuwana made this? He negotiated for your lives, using Kuai's body as leverage over us.
What?
So relax, would you? I don't plan on killing you here.
Then why even show your sorry face?
The trial for Ehara-san is coming up, right? You know, the groping thing. I've come here with a request that I hope you'll consider.
This from you?
Reiko Kusamoto's name is not to come up during the Ehara trial. That shouldn't be so hard, right? Shirosaki-sensei would have to agree to this too.
And if we were to refuse?
Nothing. It's Kusamoto-san's request. She's asking nice.
What?
A mother doesn't want her child branded a murderer's son. Could you give her that much? And that's all. I'm sure we'll talk soon.
You think so, huh? Why put off what we can settle now? Soma! Akane!
Akane-chan! Why am I...
A paint gun? You okay?
That son of a...
Well, hell, that's gotta hurt. But a bruise sure beats the alternative, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'd say he got us good with that one.
Yeah. But that was a terrible call. If Soma hadn't been packing a paint gun, that would have been really bad. You two are more important than him. I should have prioritized protecting you.
Yagami-san.
You've been brave. I'm sure this was really scary for you. We'll need to do things one step at a time, Kaito-san. We can't tackle it all at once. First thing, Ehara's groping appeal needs to become a murder trial that outs Kuwana and his students. That way, if public security is our real enemy here, we'll have the prosecution and the courts on our side. That'll be on me. I'll reveal a truth no one can deny.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much your specialty. Send that asshole to jail, for good.
You've got this, Yagami-san.
Whoa. This is crazy. Why is he so hot? Am I right?
Huh. Just a minute ago, she got shot. And now look at her.
Teenagers. Hello? Yeah, I'm getting ready now, Sari-san. Oversleep? I would never... Okay. Yeah. Alright, see you at the courthouse.